This is Karina with Community of Faith Kids Live. So, here's a question. What is faith? In the Bible, it says, now faith is seeing what we hope for and is being sure of what we cannot see. For instance, the wind. It is invisible unless you look around. The blowing in the trees, your clothes, your hair, and the whistling in the trees. Faith is believing in your heart and opening your eyes. This reminds me of a story in the Bible where David had tremendous faith. There was a moment in time he had faith. Did he respond? Was he ready to do anything God asked him?
David was the youngest of 8 brothers, and he spent time being a shepherd. He would spend hours writing songs in fields with his heart. He developed a deep love and friendship with God. He loved God so much that he would do anything for him. He would take care of his sheep and make sure they were safe. He even fought off bears and lions. As he was home, his brothers were off with the army of Israel preparing for war. His brothers accused him of watching the fight instead of watching his sheep. David snuck out and he saw the huge Philistine man who was 9 feet tall, Goliath. He was strong and laughed at Israel, telling them they had no one strong enough or brave enough to fight him. He had a thick helmet and huge weapons. No one was brave enough to fight him. David didn't like that Goliath was intimidating the Israelites. But inside, he had just enough faith. David said,
I'll fight him out, faith in God with me.
the Lord will rescue me from this Philistine. So David tried to put on armor, but it didn't fit him. He went in regular clothes and went to a stream and chose 5 stones. He went to meet Goliath, and Goliath was mad. They didn't send someone stronger. I'll give your flesh to the birds and wild animals. He might have looked small and wimpy, but he said, you come to me with a sword.
I come in the Lord and mighty.
David said, nothing is more important than my God. This made Goliath mad. So David swung his slingshot around his head and released his stone and hit Goliath in the middle of the forehead, and he went down. David took the sword away from Goliath, and all the Philistines were scared and ran away. David had faith. He had no idea that God's people would be saved because he responded to God. He just did what God put in his heart to do, and he loved God with all of his heart.
David loved God with all of his heart, and he was willing to respond to him no matter the cost. He didn't know that he would defeat Goliath, but he had faith that God would be with him. 1 Chronicles 28:20, David said, be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord God, my God, is with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. Until next time, signing out.